Welcome to this week's Ask EMBN show. I'm joined by Blake Sanson from GMBN.
Hello.
He's going to be using all his technical knowledge to answer your guys' questions.
Yeah.
We got lots of stuff coming up from motors, chains, tyres, you name it. It's in this week's Ask. So let's dive straight into it.
I got one from Mike Kindler. It says, what's the options of aftermarket range extenders for 2019 Levo? There are several bottle-shaped options on the market. For example, we've got the Trail Watts, which seems based on the same system. He's just wondering what is the best and does it affect his warranty?
Yeah, so you're talking about the range extenders. So things like the Trail Watts, they add about, I think there's a couple of different options on the size on them. Basically, they're a plug-in kind of water bottle system that's going to add a little bit of range, about 40 to 50% on some of the rides with the bigger systems.
Does it avoid your warranty?
Does it avoid the warranty? Now, there's a few different schools of thought on this. If you go on the website, it says that it doesn't affect the warranty, but I think with some manufacturers, it will void the warranty. It depends how it goes in.
Okay.
Personally, I think I'd steer away from it if it was my bike. The cost of the system is pretty similar to the actual OEM standard battery that you're going to get with that bike. So if you want to go down that route, I'd go the whole hog of getting an original battery and plugging that in rather than going in, hardwiring in a different system. Which could potentially... Oh,
so you have to hardwire a special connection?
Some of them are like plug and play. You can just do it. It's quite simple to do.
Through the charging port.
But I think you're always gonna, you're almost like for the same money, you're kind of getting half the product. So I think why not just go the full battery and be safe and just plug that around. Obviously, the great thing about that system is you've got the weight of that extra battery on the bike rather than in your backpack. So it depends what you want to do. But as I say, I think I'd go the whole hog, get the full battery.
There you go. I'll get a full battery. Don't want to void my warranty. Next question is coming in from Mark Peasley. I have a 2019 Turbo Levo. Yeah. I want to get different tyres for when I'm riding in the street. What would you recommend?
Well, the thing is, with 29-inch tyres, which I'm assuming is standard on your Levo at the minute, they're actually the same size as 700C tyres, which is the same as road bikes, touring bikes, gravel bikes.
I would go touring tyres.
So you have got quite a lot of options. The only thing is that you don't want to go too narrow a tyre because, of course, you've got, I think, 30mm wide rim on their standard, so of course it's going to stretch quite a skinny tyre out.
Stance.
So, and the pressure that you can put into those tyres as well. Yeah. So I'd go from a standard kind of 29-inch low profile tyre, hard compound, pump it up to sort of 40, 50 PSI, and that should see you flying around on the road, but that's the most important things.
It'll eliminate drag, especially.
Exactly, yeah. But it's going to lower bottom bracket, little bits like that, but it should be just a job of riding around on the street. But we've done a video all about tyres. Check this one out.
For our second run, something altogether different from our first. This time, we've got something more low profile, narrower, and of course, lightweight too. Now, in fact, this 2.25 tyre here would probably be the ideal tyre for this type of fire road. Now, fire roads, they're hard pack, they're fast rolling, probably be what this trail was like when it was first built.
Next question coming in from John Davies. He's saying, after a wet ride or washing my Cannondale Matera, I go to wheel my bike backwards out of my shed, but the motor is really stiff sometimes and it feels like it's seized up. I have to push it hard backwards to free it off. Is this normal? It has a Bosch motor and the bike is a 2017 model. So that'd be the generation.
Forcing to go back.
Yeah, so it sounds like you've either got a problem with the motor bearings itself, or possibly, I'm assuming you've kept on top of all your chain lube in and stuff. But I know with the first generation Bosch, you have the Performance Line CX motor in there, they did suffer a lot with the seals and the bearings in there. It sounds to me like you've got a bit of water going in there, so maybe just inspect that, maybe take the chain off just to eliminate that from the actual problem, and just see if the front drive sprocket is moving easily, obviously freewheeling, not forward because you're going to be turning the motor, but just make sure.
And is that motor making noise?
Yeah, and the noise could, a typical coffee grinder, like grinding along, it could be a sign of bearing wear, but it shouldn't be that stiff that you can't actually wheel it out.
Yeah, that's scary.
Maybe get it back to a Bosch dealer, they'll whip it out, maybe put some new bearings or replace the motor if it's under warranty. But we've done a load of videos about motor problems as well. Now, increased noise coming from your motor could be a potential problem. I think something that is really key is to take a mental note of how much noise your motor is producing from day one, whether it's brand new or secondhand. You shouldn't see an increase in noise levels. It should be nice and smooth, no creaking or grinding going on. Just make sure you're not actually confusing it with any drivetrain noise. A really good way of doing that is just taking the chain off the chain ring, spinning the cranks, putting your head to it, listening for the motor noises rather than drivetrain noises.
He's got a question for us, and he's saying, what is the best 12-speed chain he can buy? Because he's got the PCEX1, is only an 8-speed.
Well, I think you're pretty stuck for choices when it comes to 12-speed e-bike rated chains. There's obviously loads of chains available for standard 12-speed, but the only ones that I could find that e-bike rated are the SRAM Eagle 1, and I think the best cost-effective one is going to be the SRAM Eagle NX is the cheapest one, but that is E-rated.
I would go E-rated chains, because the chain is pretty, you know, it's quite key.
Yeah, and the standard one will be subject to a lot more strain than a standard, you know, an e-bike rated one, so you could risk snapping it. Yeah, it's
an e-bike is super strong. Exactly. I've seen them, they are quite thick, thicker than normal.
Yeah, and we've got this one in from Ben Wiles. He's saying, what is a good way to protect a couple of e-mountain bikes when driving with them on a bike rack in the rain? It seems bike covers might be too flimsy, and I've seen the neoprene motor covers from Faha, but they won't fit dual suspension bikes, I think. Any other ideas? How do you like to keep your, well, you stick it in the back of your truck, don't you? So.
Actually, I've got a bike rack.
You got a rack?
Yeah, I've got a rack. What I would do, if I had an e-bike and I had to put it on the back, I would probably just cover the motor in a plastic bag.
Is that what you do?
That's what I'd do.
Yeah, I had a quick look around as well, and I think any decent bike cover from the likes of, say, Thule, people like that, is going to do a really good job of protecting the bike. It's not just the motors and the electrics you need to think about. It's also things like the disc brakes getting contaminated, your chain, especially in winter if you've got like salted roads, you get all that road debris and contamination. Like disc brakes get contaminated, so it's quite a good idea to actually cover the whole bike up, not just worry about the motor, but I'd be zipping that whole up, keeping it nice and dry.
Is that what you do? Actually, you've got a van.
Yeah, so.
And they go in the van.
Exactly. Yeah, but I think for a rack, that's going to be your best option.
Yeah, cover the whole thing. Question coming in from Kapil Derby says, anyone know if you can upgrade your old Bosch CX and fitted bikes and fit the newer Bosch CX motor? Can you do that? Same motor
swap over, it's different kind of mounts. Obviously the Generation 4 Bosch motor is a lot smaller than the old one, so unfortunately it's not going to fit. Someone might be able to do some adapter plates, but you're going to have to update all the operating system as well, all the shift unit and things like that. So yeah, it could be pretty expensive, but
it could be.
Yeah, could possibly be an option. Might come.
Yeah, it might come.
Yeah.
Go on from Mark Butterworth. Good show, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like watching it. Do you know if anyone is planning to release the EBMX?
Oh, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Oh, because I'm thinking it'd be great for a general scout and utility bike, but also shredding the trails. P.S. I like the Rad Power bikes.
I
have not seen
Rad
that one.
Power bikes. They've done the Rad Runner, so it's kind of like a bit of a 20-inch utility, streety sort of city bike.
Okay.
Not quite a BMX, but I did have a quick search around and I saw the Enkai Billy eBMX. That looks a load of fun. It's like a little full suspension, 20-inch kind of fat tyres on it. It could be just what you're looking for. So check out the Enkai Billy BMX, eBMX. This one's in from James. He's saying, is it possible that a chain can become so worn and filled up with grit that it freaks and creaks and crunches when pedaling under very low load?
Yeah, or snap and do some damage to your rear mech.
Exactly, yeah, it's really important, especially with e-bikes, to keep on top of that chain maintenance. You should be like degreasing it, cleaning it, and lubing it after every ride. That way you're going to get rid of all that creaking and horrible noises.
I've had that, you know, it's horrible on a normal bike, and that's horrible.
Yeah.
But on an e-bike, that could literally ruin your day.
Exactly, it's something that's the easiest thing to take care of, and it will actually cost the most, you know, when it's wearing up cassette, derailleurs, all that stuff, so it's really important to keep on top of that. But if you do need to replace your chain and cassette, we've got just a video for you here.
Now when we're going to fit this chain and check the length, we're going to do it off the smallest cog at the back and the smallest cog at the front. Now if you've got a 1x drivetrain, so you've only got one chainring, well that makes the job that little bit easier. So now we're going to put the chain on the bike. So we start off really simply by you can literally just drop the chain straight down through there, but making sure it snakes through your jockey wheels on a SRAM derailleur with the clutch on. This is incredibly easy to do. On a Shimano, it takes perhaps a little more thought, but it's relatively easy.
Last question coming in from Lynn Hiscock. She's saying, love you guys and the info you give. Thank you very much. I'm looking for my first e-bike, not necessarily an e-mounted bike, maybe a hybrid. Is there anywhere I can go to see a variety of different brands all in one location and try them out? Maybe similar to the Verbia Festival, but in the UK.
Oh, well, you've actually ridden, it's not in the UK, but Eurobike was probably the best place to go to do that, because they had loads of bikes you could test.
Yeah, I think if you've got a brand in mind that you want to try out, lots of manufacturers offer demo days right the way across the nation as well. So log on to their website. They're normally going to be doing tours around with vans full of bikes. You can get along, but I think an easy option would be to go along to an e-bike shop.
Yeah.
Lots of different brands in there, different motors, different colours, different sizes, you name it. That'd be a really good option. They'd usually let you either demo it around in a car park, maybe take it out for a weekend.
Like local bike shops.
Exactly.
I've demoed a bike from a local bike shop. It's good.
But there you go, that's it for this week's show. If you guys got any questions, hashtag Ask EMBN down below. Could be your question on next week's show.
Yes, don't forget to hit the globe to subscribe because you're missing out on some rad eMTB content. And Lynn, this is the video for you if you want to check out how to demo a bike. Click just here.